I woke up this morning to $300 without even having to clock in, and that was before 9 o'clock. I started my second stream of income when I was still at work. I haven't had a full time job in months, and I've started my third stream of income 2 months ago, to which I have made over $2,000 in just that one stream of income. So, if you have been wanting to get into digital products, into digital marketing, and figure out exactly why you have not been converting or making sales, or if you have been converting just not as frequently as you would like, then this is exactly the video for you. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I hope that you have already gotten comfortable and have hit that subscribe button. If not, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below what was your biggest takeaway. If you are one of my day ones, thank you so much for always coming back and supporting me, always coming back and showing love. And if you're a day one, leave it in the comments when you started watching my channel. So let's get right into it. If there was anything that I can tell myself when I was first starting out, it will be these three things. The first thing is that it does not start with the digital product. If you are not new here, you have heard me say that on multiple occasions. I see a lot of digital marketers that are out here pushing the digital product, the digital product, the digital product, the digital product. It does not start with the digital product. You can have a digital product. It can be the best digital product since sliced bread, and it will not make any money. Why? Because there is nobody there. It's nobody in the room. You're in a arena screaming at nobody, trying to get them to buy your digital product. And that was because you did not start with the right strategy. You did not start from the right place. So, what is the right place? When I first started in 2019, I started creating my digital product in 2019, but I did not publish my first journal until 2021. Okay. And from 2021 to 2024, I did not make any money from that digital product because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to watch different videos, piece them together. I wasn't working with anybody, and I had no guidance. Okay. So I didn't have anyone to tell me the things that I'm telling you right now, which is that it does not start with the digital product. If you want to start with anything, it will be to start building your community. Start creating a ecosystem, a community of people that you know already want what it is that you have. Most people are usually just shouting into the void and then trying to figure out why they're not making any sales. And it's because you don't have anybody that is interested in your digital product because they don't know that you even exist. So you have to start coming on and creating the content, yes, but you also need to not be so salesy in your content. Start giving people value. Start giving them more than what they expected to even get when they come to your profile, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, any of the other social media platforms. Give more than you expect to receive, and you'll receive more than you even expected. So how do you build a audience, a community of people that want what it is that you have? Give more value, right? There's never, you are the expert in that subject matter. So there's never going to be a time where you run out of information. If you run out of information to give, it's because you have stopped learning yourself, right? Because we are always learning, we are always gaining more information to help us in our businesses, in our lives, in whatever situation, right? So if you feel like if I give so much information, then they're not going to pay for whatever, you already have the wrong mindset, right? People will pay for you to help them with whatever problem it is that they're having. People will pay to have their problem solved, regardless of how much value you are giving in your content. So don't be stingy with the value, right? When you go into places like Costco's, they are giving you free samples, right? They're not saying, well, you got to buy it to try it. They're saying, no, try it because I know you're going to like it, right? And so that's how you have to think. Netflix, YouTube, Stand Store all give a certain amount of time for free, right? They all give a trial period. This is your trial period. You putting out your content is your trial period. That's how your target person gets to know you and warms up to you. When you start creating a community of people that respect you, When you start creating a community of people that see you as the authority in that subject matter, they are going to buy. You don't like to feel like you are being sold to. So don't try to sell. In my community, I teach my mentees how to sell without selling. And essentially, all that is being clear on who it is that you are talking to, being clear on the problem that you solve, and being clear on how to deliver the message to your target person that you have the answers that they need, right? And so nobody has to convince you to buy milk if you need milk, right? I want you to think about that. No one has to beg you or try to sell milk to you if you need milk. You are going to get up and going to go to wherever you need to go to get that problem solved. Same concept with your target person, with your community, and with your audience, right? So you give the information, give the value, don't be stingy with it, and then show up in a way where your target person knows that you have the answers to their problem. The second thing that I will tell my past self when I was first starting out is that don't get so overwhelmed by the thought of all of the people that are sitting across the screen watching your content or reading your content or listening to your content. Don't overwhelm yourself doing that. I want you to think about it from the perspective of just one person across from the screen. You're having a conversation with one person, okay? When we start out and we start out from the mindset of target audience, it just convolutes it, right? It makes it overwhelming because as a beginner you already are nervous about starting this venture, and now you have to think that, oh my god, there's 310,000 people on the other end of the screen, on the other end of this podcast or whatever, watching me or listening. Don't do that to yourself. That's self-sabotage. Do not do that to yourself. Pick one person, identify who your target person is, give your target person a name, and then speak to that target person with your content, right? So that person needs to feel like this person is speaking directly to me. All of my mentees that are in my community, every time I ask them what made them choose my mentorship, they say, because I felt like you was talking to me. That's the same exact thing that you are going to do in your business. You want to have automations set up in your business. Why? Because you don't want to create another job for yourself. That's not what we're doing. The goal here is to make passive income, to have multiple streams of income that are passive, not for you to work harder in your business, right? Because for that, you could just go get another job, right? So we want to trade less time and make more money. And how do we do that? Several ways, but one of the ways to do that is to set up automations. Automations is essentially the steps and the things that need to be in place so that you don't have to be actively working in your business. That's why I love digital products so much, because my mentees and my target person, they're able to go click on whichever offer they choose and they can get it immediately, right? It's not like they have to wait until it's shipped and wait, I have to have product or inventory or all of the things. No, I put all of everything, I set up my automations to where when my target person decides that they want more of what it is that I have to offer, you literally just click the link and that will take you to where you need to go, and you can get your deliverables immediately, right? So you want to make sure that you have that in place. Also, things like emails, right? So if you have a lead magnet, if you are offering a lower ticket item, you want to make sure that as soon as somebody opts into your freebie or your lead magnet, if somebody opts into your low ticket offer, there's an automatic trigger, an email, a notification, a text message, or something starting to nurture that relationship, because it should not be oh, well, you purchased from me, so now toodaloo, right? You don't like to feel like that, right? You want to feel like, well, if I have any questions, if I have any concerns, if I have, whatever, I know exactly who to go to, right? You want to feel like, oh, this person appreciates the fact that I chose to work with them, not that you're just a number, right? And so you don't want your target person to feel that way either. So set your automations up so that you don't have to be as hands on in your business and you can spend your time living your life. Once you have your automation set up, you should be building an email list, right? Because your automations should automatically be triggering an email to go out. And as somebody opts in or somebody invests in your product, it should put them on a list. Okay. That email list is going to be gold. Why? Because you do not want to depend on any of these social platforms, because in the event that any of these social platforms go down or they start acting wonky or the algorithm is all over the place, you want to be able to have access to your people, right? Especially anyone that invests financially, right? Or anyone that clicks on any of your freebies or your lead magnets. Why? Because those people are interested. Those are either middle of funnel people or bottom of funnel people, meaning they are either very close to the conversion stage or they are getting closer to the conversion stage. And you don't want to lose access to those people. So make sure that you have an email list that is building. You are moving your people from off of the platform to something that you can control, which is your email list. My mentor said one day, amateurs make money on the front end, pros make money on the back end, right? So it's not all about the transaction on the front end. You also want to make sure that you are nurturing your people on the back end, because that back end is where you really make the money. Also, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to do everything in one sitting, right? You need to prioritize the tasks that are moving you closer to your goal, right? So let's say your goal is 100 subscribers or 100 followers. Then you need to prioritize the tasks that are going to get you closer to your 100 subscribers or followers, right? Things like creating content. So if you are creating content, if this is new to you, for you to try to come up with the content idea, for you to try to come up with the planning of the whole content, then you're recording, then you're trying to edit and all of that, that's too much, right? That is too much. You're going to overwhelm yourself. You're going to get frustrated and you're going to feel like, I cannot do this. But it's because you are not prioritizing and structuring your time when you are working in your business. So have a day when you plan out your content. That's what I love about the Mobile Money Blueprint. The Mobile Money Blueprint already comes with your content already prepared for you. So you don't necessarily have to think about, well, what content should I be posting? That's one less thing that you have to worry about doing, right? So if you are in the academy and you do have your blueprint, take a look at your starting from scratch module. That is going to help you. That's going to give you the content that you need to be posting for your specific niche. So once you access your already done for you content plan, you're going to go over that content plan, right? You're going to take, let's say today's Monday, I'm going to take Monday to go over my content plan so that I can have an idea of what content I'm going to be preparing for, recording, editing for the rest of the week, right? Or for next week. Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I'll take the time to prepare for my content. So if you have angle switches or if you need props or whatever you need B-roll footage, that's when you take the time to prioritize that part of it, right? The preparing part of it. And then Wednesday or Thursday, you do the recording and or the editing. I meet with my community members every first and fourth Thursday of the month. So you do not have to do this by yourself. If you've never done this before, if this is all new to you, but you know that it's possible for you, you don't have to do it alone. You can get access to the academy. Down in the description box below is where you can find all of my links. You can choose whatever is best for you and then get started. Do not sit on the idea anymore, because success loves speed. And the longer you think about it, is the longer you're still going to be thinking about it. You've been researching, watching YouTube videos and all of that for months now, probably, right? So you need to take the action. I have 2 spots left for group coaching. And once those 2 spots are gone, group coaching is going to go away. And then you have access to the business courses and or the click post profit, which means you work with me one-on-one, and you have an option to group coaching if that's what you choose. It's all in my description box below. If you need access, if you want to take a look, you can click the link down below. Celebrate your small wins, because believe it or not, most people just stay in analysis paralysis mode. but you are actually finally taking action. So don't look at that as a small feat. I want you to know that you actually taking the action is you telling the universe that now you are ready for the more that your heart desires. So celebrate the small wins, whether it's you created your social media platform, you launched your digital product, you got your first sale, whatever it is. I want you to take some time and celebrate yourself, because most people don't even get to that point. Most people that don't make money in the online space usually don't make money and get frustrated and think that it's a scam or whatever, because they don't have any strategy, they don't have any guidance, they don't have anybody that's leading them on this journey, right? When you start a new job, you have somebody that is training you, right? They don't just tell you, well, some companies do just try to throw you out there, but it usually takes you longer to learn than when somebody says, okay, this is exactly what I do, this is exactly what I want you to do, and then you are able to get in there and get your hands on it and you can do it yourself, right? This is very simple. This is very simple. It's simpler than you actually think, but because you have never done this before, or because you haven't been applying the appropriate strategy, that's why you're feeling frustrated, or that's why you're afraid to start, because you don't have anybody guiding you. You don't have to do this alone. I want you to consider looking at it from this standpoint. The problem that you are helping somebody else solve, you are literally going back to the past versions of you and helping that version of you get to where you are right now sooner. Okay? So that's how I want you to think about it. You are doing your target person a service, right? You are helping them get from where they are, which is essentially where you were, to where you are, right? Because that's the goal. That's why I say it's important for you to have solved the problem for yourself. Because if you have not managed to solve that problem for yourself, you're not going to be able to speak confidently about it, convey the message in a way that somebody else is able to relate to it, because they don't relate to it, because you don't have the actual experience of it, right? And people can tell. People can tell. They can sense energy in audio, they can sense energy in videos. They can tell whether you know what it is that you're talking about or not. So please, if you are wanting to come camera facing and you are wanting to be in this digital space and offer your digital products as a solution to somebody else's problem, please just make sure that it is a problem that you have solved for yourself. Okay? If it's not a problem that you have solved for yourself, I will tell you to pause on that idea and start working on an idea where you have solved the problem for yourself. So you know the journey, the steps, the experience of having gone through that thing, because then you're able to nurture that community, nurture that target person, build that audience that you're going to need to invest in your digital product. That's it for me, guys. I hope that you found this video resourceful and that you got the value that you came to get. I am so happy that you are here. I'm excited for you on this journey, because I promise you that everything that I have achieved, all of the money that I've made, all of the money that all of everybody else is making, it is 1000% possible for you. You just feel a little overwhelmed right now. You just feel a little lost. You just need a little guidance. So I encourage you and I invite you to join us in the academy. Again, we meet every first and fourth Thursday. Our next meeting is on the 26th of June. I don't know when you are watching this video, but I will be happy to have you on the inside. You can do this. You can do this. Okay? If I can do it with no fancy degrees, as a complete beginner, not tech savvy, I'm not a guru, I'm not a influencer or any of that. I'm just a woman that solved a problem for herself that now is helping other people solve their problems by using multiple streams of income to do that, multiple streams of passive income to do that. So it's possible for you. Okay? I hope to see you on the inside, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.